Abu Zubaydah, uncharged, untried, unfree for 21 years. The government doesn't have insufficient evidence against him. It has no evidence against him, but they refuse to release him. They call him the forever prisoner, a concept totally alien in Anglo-American jurisprudence. One judge, now the fourth judge in both of their cases. So they made all their applications to let the forever prisoner free. The fourth judge heard the hearings on whether or not Khalid Sheikh Mohammed's so-called confession was voluntary. And then the unthinkable happened. The fourth judge in the case retired without making rulings. And now they're about to appoint a fifth judge. And before that fifth judge can take the job, he has to review the file. All 450,000 pages.
Yeah.
This is why Georges Clemenceau, the prime minister of France during World War I, once said, military justice is to justice as military music is to music. It's a funny one-liner, but it's a tragedy because these are human beings. This would never, ever, ever happen had not Lindsey Graham and George W. Bush and Dick Cheney concocted this nonsense of military commissions. Had these people been arrested and tried in federal court, they would have been convicted and punished or acquitted and set free. There would be no Devil's Island. There would have been no 2,100 million, and there would have been no destruction of basic constitutional principles and thumbing the nose to the Supreme Court.
Oh, this is the America that fights to bring freedom and democracy all over the world as they slaughter millions of people and steal trillions of dollars of our money to do it.
Right.
And you call this Devil's Island. Isn't that nice? Devil's Island. And what the hell are we doing in Guantanamo? Doesn't that belong to Cuba?
We had, and you can thank the original neocon on that. That's Teddy Roosevelt. We signed, the American government signed a 99-year lease, and we never left. And then the Bush administration tried to tell the Supreme Court, well, Cuban law applies, not American law. And Justice Sandra Day O'Connor laughed at them and said, are you kidding? We've been there for 110 years. You've taken it over as if it's yours. You stole the property. The Constitution applies wherever the government goes, and the laws follow the Constitution.
It's right in front of our eyes, the corruption and violence, and it's just so sad in what's going on. And it's only going to continue to increase. And you mentioned that Lindsey Graham. This guy is a war hawk all his life. He keeps promoting and promoting more and more war. And all of these people, as I say, that want to support war, go over there and fight or shut your mouth.
Yesterday, he asked President Biden to attack Iran. And for once, Biden did the right thing and basically just ignored him. These people are crazy.
Yep. And
Graham himself knows the law. He's a lawyer. He was a judge in the military. He retired either as a colonel or a general in the reserve. I'm not that familiar with his personal background, but his behavior is just the worst of the worst when it comes to wanting American boys to die. Could you imagine what would happen if we attacked Iran? World War III right there.
World War III, this is so serious what's going on that people have, again, the Ukraine war is out of the news. All the concentration is on this, and all you hear is one side of what's going on. World War III has already begun, and now it's escalated. And then you pointed out, if we go to war against Iran, this is going to be the end of life on Earth. This is going to be a nuclear annihilation. We have mentally deranged people in charge.
Yes, we do. There would be nothing morally, legally, physically, or militarily to stop our adversaries from attacking the American mainland. And Putin has the ability to do it. Putin has better missiles than we have. His hypersonics, we do not have the means to stop them.
You know,
These people-
I'm sorry, go on.
No, I was about to say these people are extremely dangerous. Biden seems temperate by comparison, but he too is dangerous because he's sending a fleet of ships into the Eastern Mediterranean. What are those ships going to do? Bomb Gaza? Kill innocents? That's all that he has to start. Israel has responded to Hamas's crimes by ordering war crimes on massive numbers of innocent civilians in the concentration camp that the Israelis run called the Gaza Strip.
Yep.
That's exactly what we are looking at today. Look at it through the lens of the American media, and they're with Bibi. They want to kill everybody in Gaza. Look at it through a moral lens, and the Nuremberg trials and the Geneva Conventions have outlawed the concept of collective punishment, which is what the Nazis used. Now that's what the Israelis are using, collective punishment.
This is from Reuters just yesterday. UN says civilian sieges prohibited as Israel strikes Gaza. The United Nations Humanitarian Office said on Tuesday, October 10th, that nearly 200,000 people, or nearly a tenth of the population, have fled their homes in Gaza since the start of hostilities, and they are poised for shortages of water and electricity due to the blockade. Israeli air operations have struck residential buildings, including large tower blocks, as well as schools and the UN buildings across Gaza, resulting in civilian casualties. The United Nations Human Rights